Good morning. Good morning. Good morning and welcome, members of council, elected officials, Indigenous leaders, distinguished guests, and to all of those who are joining us by live stream this morning. I'd like to welcome you to the ceremony for the declaration of office by Olivia Chow to the Mayor, the Office of Mayor of Toronto. My name Thank you. Please be seated, everyone. I'd like to acknowledge the Young Creek Big Drum, who are Anishinaabe from the Wikwemikong First Nation. Thanks very much for drumming our mayor-elect in this morning. Welcome, everybody. My name is John Elvidge. I'm the city clerk, and it's my pleasure to welcome you here today for our ceremony. I want to do that 21st century thing and ask you to please put your mobile phone on silent for the duration of the ceremony, please. And now, it is my pleasure to introduce Jean Yoon. Jean is a renowned playwright, actor, ACTRA award winner, and she is going to act as our Master of Ceremonies this morning. Jean.
Thank you, John. I am so pleased and honored to be here today as the host for this ceremony. What a beautiful, glorious, solemn, and wonderful day. We'd like to begin by first acknowledging that we are on the traditional territory of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabeg, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples. And this territory is now home to many diverse First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples. The city also acknowledges that Toronto is covered by Treaty 13, signed with the Mississaugas of the Credit, and the Williams Treaties, signed with multiple Mississaugas and Chippewa bands. And now, to start us off in a good way, it is my honor to invite Elder Dr. Duke Redbird from the Saugeen Ojibwe Nation to provide us with an Indigenous welcome.
My goodness, thank you for those kind words of introduction. I'm absolutely thrilled and honored to have this opportunity to welcome Her Worship Olivia Chow, Mayor of Toronto, at the Declaration of Office ceremony. In my role as elder of the Urban Indigenous Education Center of the Toronto District School Board, I bring greetings from the urban Indigenous community of Toronto. Olivia Chow and I have been friends for many decades. And more than that, Olivia has been a friend of the Indigenous community since she was first elected as a board trustee in 1985. So I want to take a few moments to share with all of you a personal memory I have from a time when Olivia and her late husband, Jack Layton, came and visited me at my home in Madawaska, Ontario, near Algonquin Park. And every morning at sunrise, Olivia and Jack were in a canoe heading out on the lake. And I was especially impressed with their skill, their mastery, and navigating ability as they paddled their canoe out into the misty early morning waters of Bark Lake. And I was reminded of a teaching that I learned very early from the elders. Every endeavor that we embark upon, whether it be life, career, or an undertaking of great significance, such as holding public office, can be likened to embarking on a journey by canoe along an unknown river. The teaching I was given was to take the time and with patience choose the best materials that Mother Nature provided to build your canoe. The best birch bark, the best cedar, the best pine roots, and the best pitch. And with practice, acquire the experience and the knowledge to be prepared for the unexpected. The purpose of any journey is to reach a destination and accomplish a goal. On that journey, we find challenges like rapids, waterfalls, portages, and undercurrents that can pull us off course. But an accomplished canoeist is able to use the challenges to their advantage and navigate a way through to their destination. I'm confident that the same skill that Olivia has demonstrated on the lakes and rivers of Canada will serve her well in her office as Mayor of Toronto or Toronto. Her political canoe has been fashioned by the finest of materials over the years: the birch bark of compassion, the cedar of wisdom, the pine roots of humility, and the pitch of courage. Her experience, skills, knowledge, and preparation for this moment in history is without equal. There will be times, no doubt, where portages and great burdens will need to be carried to accomplish this journey. But Olivia Chow has honed her skills and has demonstrated her ability to trek the most difficult terrain. At this time, Olivia, I want to offer this traditional prayer and blessing to take with you on the journey that you are about to embark upon. O my mother, the earth, O my father, the sky, your children are we. And we are honored to bring to you gifts that you love. Then weave for us a garment of brightness. May the weft be the white light of morning. May the warp be the red light of evening. May the border be the standing rainbow. And may the fringe be the falling rain. Then weave for us a garment of brightness, so that we may fittingly walk where birds sing, that we may fittingly walk where grass is green. O my mother, the earth, O my father, the sky. Che Megwech, and thank you.
Thank you, Elder Redbird. What a beautiful tribute. It's now my pleasure to call on Sandra Whiting, storyteller, community programmer, president of the Project for the Advancement of Childhood Education Canada, and prominent voice in Toronto's Black community. Please come to the podium for the African Ancestral Acknowledgement, Sandra.
I first have to say, Olivia, I am honored and delighted to be here. We have a saying from my country of Jamaica, and as a Canadian of Jamaican heritage, I want to share with you that the saying says, she little, but she talawa. And that means she's strong, she is mighty, she will be powerful. So I bring this land act now, yes. I bring this land acknowledgement written by Kay Johnson. As people of African descent, we offer this land recognition in solidarity with the indigenous peoples of Turtle Island in the efforts and deliberate intentions towards decolonization. We acknowledge the land of Turtle Island that was never meant to be owned, and we recognize that most of the land that was entrusted to the indigenous peoples was in some cases shared by choice, but all too often taken by force. We recognize the historical colonialism and the ongoing colonialism that has led to the present day situation where land acknowledgements are often offered in place of land. As people of African descent, many of us have come here by choice, while many of us were here as a result of historical force. We acknowledge the complexities where we were promised land that was never given by those whose it never was to give. And as people of African descent, we acknowledge the land of Turtle Island that sustains us and express deep gratitude to its indigenous peoples and pledge an honor to serve our dignity and divinity that ultimately connects us all. Olivia, Talawa woman.
Thank you, Ms. Whiting. Next, Elder Gary Sue and Grandmother Tina Sue of the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation will now speak about the Indigenous water ceremony which took place earlier this morning. And I'd like to also invite Olivia Chow, the mayor-elect, to place the vessel in its place in council chamber.
Ogechibik Bamajan Bawabano Manake Chikanikawija Kijiwa Anisnabe Yahweh Wela Yahweh Wela Yahweh, 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 Ogechibik Bamaja, Bawabano Manake, Chikanikawiji Agejiwa Anishnabe. Yahweh, Wela, Yahweh, Wela, Yahweh, Wela, Yahweh, Wela. Ogechibik Bamajan. The turtle is raising his head from up out of the water, and he's getting ready to make a journey. And he puts his feet upon the ground. And he's so happy, or she's so happy, because it don't say what kind of turtle it is, that she puts her back feet together in gladness. And I've never seen a turtle put his back feet together, but he was a happy turtle. Ajikinekuiji ajijiwa Anishinaabe. So we're calling upon the Anishinaabe and everybody else to make this journey with us as we go across this earth that has been given us to responsibility, that responsibility to look after in a good way. Miigwech.
Thank you, Gary Sue. It is now my pleasure to invite the irrepressible Lillian Allen, Toronto Poet Laureate, Juno Award winner, and Professor of Creative Writing at OCAD University. She will read her poem, My Toronto, Poetic Justice.
Thank you. Toronto, 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 Toronto. At the beat of Toronto, a rhythm and a sway cannot wait to be embraced. This diverse, alive, inverse city where trees grow around the cement. New selves in concrete, our feet against concrete as we go about our ways. Percussion play, echo, 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 echoing. Artists give soulfulness to our city, and we learn to love what we have made, softening between brick and cement, a built-up world, steeples and steers, glass mirrors, starring for social change. Can you spare a little social change, please? A cup of tea, a place to live, a job? New voices roasted and wrapped in ice. My mother walked from the plane into a fridge that is Toronto in winter. The best of times, she says, and the coldest of times. And though many have dreamt of exotic shores, they came by plane and boat from fog, or their parents did. Yes, our parents did. Because this land, indigenous, is promise. Our city, Tacaranto, is magic, incubating a world of creativity and visionary relativities, ideas and creativity swirl, cultural voices unfurl, making us larger than we are becoming. Dub poetry, hip hop, opera, visual smarts, and community arts. Toronto in excelsis. You, Toronto, are my water bottle, my art square stencher. No matter how far I roam, you pull me back, wide open arms, a union form. We make community, a web of caring and connection seeping from the heart. And for those who have lived strident and have gone before, let their names not be forgotten, but be called who they truly are. Lovers of justice, standing for peace, not war. And to all the battles fought, freedom sought on the grounds of Queen's Park and Nathan Phillips Square, City Hall, or the roar of communities at Young and Bloor, down with inequality, injustice, brutality. International Women's Day Parade, Caribana, Jump Up, Salsa on St. Clair, Scarborough Fest. You have made our city strong, a republic of possibilities, a home to belong. Fishing where? Fishing where? Fishing where? Fishing where? We are trees standing in the water, a gathering of tribes, an abundance of hope, a destiny and a destination from which a future must be forged. We were community before Simcoe. We were Hurons and visitors and traders, adventurers and underground railroaders. We are the Iroquois' promise of unity. We're Kensington and Parkdale, Islington and Ellesmere, Palmerston and Jane and Finch, Don Mills and Eglinton. We're East York and High Park, Rexdale and Regent Park, North York and Junction, Church and Wesley, with unction. And you should continue this on. Whatever you are, yes, we're Malvern and Morningside. We're Brimley and Bellamy. Whatever you are, whoever you are, we're all of it with potential aching to unfold. We are a 3 million-sided heart. And homelessness is us. Our little scar crusting over. That part split off, lost, hiding, frightened, bruised, too tired to fight, or resolved too soon. Just needing a little way back to the promise. Oh yes, we are the Superman Joe Shuster pen to paper, an experiment splashed by the waves of Lake Ontario, prancing for a great makeover. The postmodern, too slow and nation, it was no slam dunk from William P. Hubbard to Zanana Hakindi. We are our parklands, winding creeks, nature's preserves. We're free public spaces, ravines of lush graces, protected wetlands, where the humber and the dawn. Fishing where, fishing where, fishing where. We are 1,000 miles from our longings, spinning dreams in over 20,000 street corners with many bridges yet to cross over. But we are the beat, a city in heat, alive, diverse, and strutting verse. We are new age digital microwave satellite communicators, fiber wave optics, print, radio, and television originators. And now, for better or worse, we are the AI, open AI, chat GP innovators. And in the flesh, right here today, we are our people's toil in this land. Together, our dreams are alive in this land. A 3 million-sided heart. is this land. We are Toronto, Toronto, resilient and strong. Thank you, Olivia.
Thank you, Lillian. Can you spare a little social change, please? And now the moment you've been waiting for. The moment I feel like I've been waiting my whole life for. To see this incredible woman, Olivia Chow, become mayor of the city that I love, that I've grown up in my whole life. The city clerk will now conduct the declaration of office.
As city clerk for the City of Toronto, I can confirm that I have now declared the official results for the 2023 by-election for the position of mayor in accordance with the Municipal Elections Act. Olivia Chow has been duly elected and is entitled to be a member of the council for the remainder of this term. Mayor-elect Chow, for the last time, will you please repeat after me? I, Olivia Chow, having been elected to the office of mayor in the City of Toronto, do solemnly promise and declare that
I, Olivia Chow, having been elected to the office of mayor in the City of Toronto, do solemnly promise and declare that
I will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability.
I will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability.
I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or any improper manner.
I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or any improper manner.
I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act.
I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act.
I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III.
I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III.
And I make this solemn promise and declaration conscientiously, believing it to be true and knowing that it is of the same force and effect as if made under oath.
And I make this solemn promise and declaration conscientiously believing it to be true and knowing that it is of the same force and effect as if made under oath.
And now, Mayor Chow, if you'll have a seat and sign the declaration, please. Go ahead. Yep, in both places, please. Okay, I'll just take it out. We'll just do it. How's that for lucky? And now, Mayor Chow, if you would take your place on the dais for the presentation of the chain of office. We want to look good. And I'm just going to take a moment to adjust it there.
My friends, my friends, today is a day for renewal. In the face of our shared challenges, the message was loud and clear. People want change. Over the past, yes, they do. Over the past few months, in the midst of a campaign that would determine the future of our city, something interesting, even beautiful, happened. We all found common cause in what we need to fix together. We have to address the housing crisis, to make the city safer, to fix the system, the transit system, to improve city services. The message was clear. We also have to deal with the budget hole, deficit, whatever you want to call it, left behind by the pandemic and our current reluctant partners in Ottawa and Queen's Park. And even in the face of those steep challenges, people send a clear message that change is not only possible, it's absolutely necessary. People told us that our efforts to overcome these crises should be strengthened and not abandoned. And they told us that we are always stronger together, that we need to work for change and not just stand by and give up. Because Toronto's story has never been about giving up. Toronto's story is of people who packed up what little they had and arrived at this place of hope. A story of hard work, determination, and the belief that Toronto is a place of belonging. Toronto's story is also my story. A journey that took me from Hong Kong to an apartment in St. Jamestown and now to this council chamber as your new mayor. It's a journey that started because my parents imagined a city where the daughter could have a better future. That's what they saw here, a future for their child. Imagine a young family arriving here today with the same dreams for their children, for a better future. I think we all know what they're up against. So let's imagine what could be possible when we meet our challenges with the boundless potential of our ideas and the strength of our collective action. Let us imagine that newcomer family has just moved into a nice, affordable, secure apartment in a friendly neighborhood with trees and parks, schools and libraries, restaurants, galleries, and shops. They can rely on the TTC to get to work on time. On a hot evening, even in May, they can enjoy the local swimming pool. On a winter's evening, they could go to their local skating rink or local park. And their daughter feels safe riding her bike to school or taking the subway and has many after-school activities, mostly very, very affordable. And when one of her friends is having a mental health issue, she knows the number to call to get them care and support. It's a good life, a better life in a city where they feel they belong, right here, Toronto. And that's a city worth imagining, a city worth building together, all of us. We can and must start by tackling the housing crisis. That's what the people demand because their suffering is real. Whether it's someone struggling to get off the street, women fleeing intimate partner violence, young people starting out, renters living in fear of evictions, artists waiting to be part of a city life but can't quite afford it. Or refugees like Christopher, who's with us today. Christopher, yes. Christopher arrived in Toronto from Uganda. After a hard journey fleeing persecution, she arrived in Toronto knowing no one, but full of hope because Toronto is a safe place for her. She couldn't find a shelter, so she slept on the streets. It was scary, it was lonely, it was tough. And it took weeks for her to find the safety and dignity of a roof over her head. Eventually, she was able to build a new life. And it's that experience that drove Christopher to found the African Center for Refugees in Ontario, whose motto is, "A better world is possible." I saw Christopher 2 days ago with other folks helping refugees and homeless people find shelter. Christopher is even more committed now to working for people struggling to find a home. But she said to me and to all of us, we need your help. Last night, as you recall, it was raining, it was pouring. What happened to the refugees that were sleeping on the street? What happened to people who can't find a home? What do we say as a city to someone like Christopher? Her rise from the streets to serve others is an example of the best of what we can be. Well, we can answer Christopher with our actions. If she stepped up to help, so must our Prime Minister. If Christopher stepped up to help, so must our Premier. So must all of us, making sure everyone in Toronto can have the dignity of a place to call home. And yeah, we should. We have to. We've met big challenges before. Think of how we got through the pandemic, through trust, urgency, and partnership, both inside and outside City Hall. People came together, made sacrifices, and helped each other, care for each other. Imagine what's possible. Imagine how great our city could be if we met our housing crisis with that same urgency, mutual trust, and partnership all across every levels of government. All of us coming together with a common cause. Equally urgent. People need to feel safe in their homes, on transit, and throughout the city. Recent events have shaken our sense of security. And even though our city continues to rank among the safest in this country, that's cold comfort. Clearly, we need to do much, much more. As a start, we can improve our responses to emergencies, build and expand on our success of programs like the Toronto Community Crisis Services so that everyone can access a caring and supportive response when they're in a crisis. We can improve 911 wait times and build more after-school programs. And of course, people say that we can come together and watch out for each other. People have also told us that we need to restore our transit system. People tell me that the better way feels so far away, so long ago. Getting people moving with great transit will make a big difference in our lives. It will strengthen our economy, help businesses to attract top talent, create jobs across tech and other sectors. It will make life easier, more affordable. It's good for our environment, good for tourism, and for quality of life. But we can't get there alone. We need a new deal for our city. Toronto needs strong federal and provincial partners who recognize our city's crucial role in the economic and social life of our province and our country. Even with all the challenges we face, we can't forget all the wonderful things already happening. Recently, I met with people involved in the community-focused development model in Scarborough's Golden Miles. Many of you are nodding your head, you know. Where we saw United Way and other community service organizations sitting alongside corporate CEOs and developers. They're working together to deliver housing and economic opportunities to the area for the local residents, because they know that they can deliver more for people when they come together and work together. That's the magic. We need more of their unity of purpose and action here in our city. It's what the people demand from all of us. Friends, colleagues, dignitaries, thank you for joining us today. It is such an amazing privilege for someone like me with my story to be standing here today and address you as your new mayor. But I don't stand here alone. Let me tell you about my colleagues, but let me first start with Deputy Mayor McKelvey. Thank you. Yes. Thank you for everything you did to step up when the residents of Toronto needed you. Thank you for being such a strong partner to me during the transition to office. I so look forward to working together with you in the coming years. Thank you for your dedication. And to each and every city councillor and their staff, your service, your dedication, your commitment to all your residents, and those long hours you do. Wow. My deepest admiration and thank you for your service to the City of Toronto. And I know that I can call on you, your spirit of service, as we face the road forward. And it gives me great comfort. And to the Toronto's dedicated public service, thank you. Yes, here they are. Thank you for your skill, professionalism, and dedication. I look forward to being your trusted partner in unlocking the full potential of what's possible for this city. And today, we commit ourselves to the hard work ahead. Together, our city can find its feet again, find our swagger, give ourselves the permission to believe that together we can move the needle of progress for the people of Toronto. So to the public service, business and labor, civil society, community leaders, and the people of our great city, I invite you to join us. Let's build a Toronto that is more affordable, safe, and caring, where everyone belongs. Together we can, and today we start. Thank you.
Your chair is there when you want to sit in it.
Okay, all right. Singing.
Right
They're
there.
coming up. Oh.
You're just going to pull up the chair and sit there.
Congratulations, Mayor Chow. Thank you, Mayor Chow. I'm working on my Toronto swagger. I'm looking forward to the next 3 years as we become more affordable, compassionate, and dynamic. Thank you. So we're moving on. I'm very delighted to introduce Juno Award-winning singer and songwriter and member of the Order of Canada, Lorraine Segato, with Retro City.
Your eyes were right. So you smiling there, you were holding me tight. Yeah. So you dancing there, you were holding us tight. I saw your shadow, you were dancing at the feet of the moon. Oh, there's a song you may know. If you're winning that. In honor and celebration of our beautiful new mayor, and in honor and celebration of all those who served before, and all those on council who want to make this city what it's gonna be again. Help me now. Rise up, rise and show your power. Rise up, dance into the sun. Rise up, it's time for celebration now. Rise up, spirit's time has come. Get up, it's okay. We want love, laughter again. We want heartbeat, we want madness again. We want dancing, we want running in the streets. We want freedom to live in its peace, right? We want power, we want to make you king. 100%, yeah. And good day for the children to breathe on new life. We want freedom to love who we please, right? Help us out now. Rise up, you can rise and shoot power. Rise up, everybody's dancing to the sun. Rise up, it's time for celebration now. Rise up, everybody's time has come. Talking about the right time to be working for peace. And we wanted all the tensions in this world to ease. And we want to love, run wild in the streets. We want to be free. Want to be free. Yeah, we're talking about a new way. Talking about changing our names. And we're building up this beautiful land of our dreams. Oh, this tightrope's gotta learn how to bend. And we're making new plans. We're gonna start it again, right? Rise up, you can rise and show your power. Rise up, dance into the sun. Rise up, it's time for celebration. Rise up, spirit's time has come. Rise up, we will rise and share our power. Rise up, dance into the sun. Oh, it's time for celebration now. Everybody's time has come. My time has come. Her time has come. Everybody's time has come. Rise up. Thank you for inviting.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you please, I was going to ask you to please remain standing, but you sat down before I could. Mayor Chow, guests, to close today's proceedings, would you please rise if you're able and join, or for classically trained, multi-award winning singer Jennifer Hui to sing our national anthem.
Oh, Canada, our home and native native land. True patriot love in all of us command. Car ton bras s'est porté le pays, il s'est porté la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Jennifer. And before we close, could I also have a round of applause for our wonderful host for today, Jean Yoon. Thank you very much. Yeah. So thank you very much, everyone, for attending today's ceremony. Guests are now invited to join us on the podium roof here at City Hall for a reception. Although I will ask you to please stay in position and stay seated for a moment, and we're going to exit section by section. So the usher staff will help us do that. So again, good afternoon, and we look forward to seeing you on the podium roof shortly. Thanks very much.